Yes. Okay, anyways, I have my ghetto ass fucking tripod thingy set up. You can't see me. No, you can't. I don't think it really matters to anybody. No, I'm just waiting for my. I should turn it off, you know? Maybe. To wait for my hair straightener to come. Oh, fucking bitch, you already burned me. I have a big ass pimple. It's bothering me, but what the fuck? I don't know what I'm gonna do. Cause the skincare shit is not the life for me. I mean, like, I don't mean it like that, but I'm kind of lazy, and it's a problem. Okay, wait. So if you watched my video that I made with my sister Zoe, the one that had like the really pretty blue eyes, where we were dragging our ex-boyfriends and like, you know, ex type shit people. Well, that weeb hoe I was talking shit about, me and him are dating now. We started dating in January, and yeah, I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, I'm happy, but at the same time, it's just kind of like, you kind of broke my heart though. You had no reason to do that. Now you want me back. Ow! That shit just steamed my finger. I look gross from this angle.
Stop it. Get some help.
Yeah, me and we were dating. Him and... I think I called him Sock. Sex obsessed cunt. Yeah, Sock. Him and Sock are no longer friends. No, it's great. I just burned my forehead with my own fucking hair. So now me and him are dating. And I moved back to... in January. Because I didn't like the school that I was going to with Zoe. They had me fucked up, not gonna lie. Now I'm back at my other school with all my friends and shit. You know, some of us don't really talk no more, but it's still like the same as last year. Only this time I'm a sophomore and I kind of hate life a little bit more. Get it? Soft more, hate it more. You feel free to ignore that stupid ass pun. But that's okay. That's where this kind of begins. So I moved. Ignore me frying my hair. Shit's already dead. I moved back there, and that's when my friend, sister thing. Okay. That's when Zoe was still living with me, and my mom offered to transfer her over to the school so she could continue going to school with me. And she's like, "No, I don't want to go," because she wanted to stay with her little boyfriend at the time. He was a freshman, and it's kind of sketchy because all they did was do drugs together. And I don't mean to be like an exposing person or nothing, but like,
I'm gonna fucking do it.
they'd be out here fucking on the daily, doing drugs on the daily. And she's like, "No, I don't want to leave this school." And my mom was like, then you could catch the bus every morning, because I'm not going to drive all the way across town to take you to school if you're not even going to go to class to begin with. Because like, she has a really bad problem with ditching, and I mean, like, I should not be talking, because in my first semester I had over 100 absences, but most of them were with her, so I mean, it kind of makes sense. But she had a worse ditching problem than me, even me in freshman year, because I did not like to go to class at all. As you can see in one of those videos that I made with Rudy and Pamela when we were at the fucking ditch thing and I was yelling into that tunnel. You know, yeah, I didn't like to go to class last year either. But now I don't have school because it's fucking quarantine, COVID-19 bullshit. My boyfriend texted me. I don't really care at this point right now though, because he was doing him, I would do me. That's petty, but I mean, I don't really care. Bitch, don't fucking burn my carpet. Anyways, so she stayed at that school. She would catch the bus every morning, and when she'd come home from school, she'd always be like drugged out, so we couldn't have like a full-on conversation because she wasn't in the right mental state or had the capacity to have a conversation. She was just like, she was low-key, she's kind of brain dead. And yeah, it kind of hurt me because it's like, you used to be one of my best friends and now you're just somebody that I barely know. And then like, on a Thursday in January, after I already moved, my mom came and picked me up because I have therapy on Thursdays. Yeah, I call it Therapy Thursday. So fucking original, right? But yeah, I have therapy on Thursdays, so my mom came and picked me up at my 6th block, which I hate, by the way, because I do not fuck with fucking weight training. But I mean, I sit in the hallway anyways and don't do shit for his class because who the fuck do you think I am talking about some working out shit? Cause I be losing my breath when I walk up the fucking stairs. She picked me up after that class and she goes, "Have you heard from Zoe today?" And I was like, "No, let me guess, she didn't go to her classes," because that's like a natural thing. My mom would always be on my ass for it. Like, I can't control that bitch. Why are you yelling at me? But she's like, "No, she's in the hospital." And my ass was like, "Huh? Again?" And she goes, "Yeah, she's in the hospital. She ate laced edibles or some bullshit like that." And I was like, "Oh. Well, is that hoe okay?" Like, I'm kind of concerned, but I couldn't go visit her. And her biological mom was in the hospital with her. And then after, you know, she was better or whatever, she stayed in there overnight. But after that, they placed her in like a mental facility, which also helps with drug addiction. And she was there for 2 or 3 weeks. I think it was 2 weeks. But after she got out of that place, my dad and my mom were like, "I don't want her coming back to the house because she just lies and she doesn't follow through with anything she says and she doesn't go to class and she's a bad influence on me." And I was like, okay. So she moved out basically, and now she's staying with another friend who I don't really like. I call her as Plexi Bros, but like, that's beside the point. And we still talk sometimes, but like, it's just weird for me to talk to her because we've gotten so distant since she's left. And she went on this little like 3 or 4 day streak of bothering me to give her her shit back that she had at my house, like all her clothes and stuff. And my room was a mess, and it still is, as like, you know, but it's not as bad because there's not 2 people living in my room anymore. But I couldn't sort through everything within the time period she was giving me, so she was always on my ass like, "Give me my shit back right now," and I'm just like, chill, bruh. You never did nothing for me, so you
Wait a damn minute.
shit put together. Cause we shared the dresser that's over there, and we had like our drawers, our clothes were all mixed up, and so I was like, I have to go through drawers and everything before I could give you your stuff back. And she kept saying like, "I'll come over and help you I'll come over, help you go through it, I'll come over and do this." And I'm just like, "You can't come over." She goes, "Why?" It's just like, "Cause my parents kind of don't like you. Nobody in my house likes you anymore." And so I kind of like got around to it back in February. My best friend came over, and she was like, "Let's go through her stuff," and I was like, "Okay." And so then we started packing it as we went through it, and we gave some of it, half of her stuff to her, I think a week later. Then the rest of it got packed up within the next 4 days to like 2 weeks. And then when I had therapy one other time, me and her used to go to the same place for therapy, so she's like, "I'll just meet you there on Thursday and you could give me my shit." And I was like, okay. And so we met up there. I had her stuff in the back of the car, and I was already running late for my therapy. And that was my last therapy session with that therapist because she's going on maternity leave, which makes me kind of sad, but like, you know, it's okay. Because it's kind of awkward though, but I'm seeing Zoe's old therapist and she's vibing, you know? And she's really nice and we have like the same shitty sense of humor, which is great in a therapist because I'm not trying to talk about my problems and get lectured on all of them. And I also use humor to fucking deflect my real emotions. So if I'm like fucking crying, I will make fun of my suffering right then and there. I don't care. But so she saw me and she goes, Rosa, and I was like, hi. She was, and she's just letting her get her shit out of the trunk and all that. And then she left and she texted me later that night. She's like, I need this and this and this. I'm like, bitch, I went through all your shit already. I don't know why the fuck you're still bugging me about it. I can't find anything. And if it's in the house somewhere, it's with the other people. It's probably with other people that live in the house because in my house, it's borderline a trap house. I live with 10 stoners. I'm just kidding. No, I live with... There's 16 of us in this household. And so like, and there's another teenage girl. She's my cousin. So I'm like, I don't know where your shit went. It's either with her or with my aunt. So I don't know what to tell you, my guy. She's like, well, can you go ask them? And I'm just like, you act like I leave my room. I don't even leave my room to go down to the fucking kitchen and get my shit. I starve myself because I'm not about that life. And she's like, I need these from this time. And my dad bought her a lot of clothes when she was staying with us. And my mom and my dad both told me to keep things that like I wanted to keep or things that fit me because her pants are like 2 sizes too big for me. So obviously I can't wear those unless I wear a bra. My parents just told me to keep the stuff that they bought her if it fits me or if I wanted to keep it. And I was like, okay. And I wasn't happy that she left. I mean, like, who would be? Because like she was like literally a living best friend, and for her to just fuck up like that and leave, it sucked. So I wasn't coping with it very well. So it took me a while to actually do something about it, like go through her stuff and everything. But what's really sad is the first night after my mom told me she's not coming back, they moved her bed out of the room already. They moved most of her stuff out of the room. And I'm just like, oh, already? I hate them. And my room was really empty that night and it was really sad. But now I'm just kind of pissed off because 1, she isn't here anymore. 2, all she did was lie when she was here. And 3, I'm starting to realize kind of how bad of a friend she was. And I always stuck up for her and defended her even when my family was talking bad on her. Like, she's a bad influence on you. I don't know why you still want her to be here, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, she's not that bad. You just need to get to know her. But, like, at that point, I didn't even know her. Because she moved in with me May 2019. And then she was, like, we worked together over summer at this place. It's like a weed farm, but it's not a weed farm because they grow weed, but for the CBD, not the THC. But we were working there together over summer. And, you know, it was fun because wouldn't you like to work with your best friend? And then, like, near, I think, July and August time, I started to, like, realize a lot of changes in her personality, and I didn't really know who she was anymore. Because she wasn't the same person that I knew back in, like, 7th grade. And I mean, yeah, everybody changes when they grow up. Like, I do too, because it's a normal fucking thing, but she changed so much within the few months that she was living with me, and it bothered me because it's like, I don't know why you're changing, why you're acting this way. because she chose to move in with me, and she asked me if she could move in with me, and I was like, yes, of course, like, I care about you, I'm not gonna just fucking blow you off. My parents were already on board with the idea after I brought it up to them, and so she moved in, and she kept complaining, like, I miss this, I miss that. I'm like, but you wanted to leave that house, so I don't know why you're complaining, like, you still live there. It doesn't make sense. And then after that, like, we started getting in a lot more arguments, and I don't mean this in like a rude way, but she's really fucking dense. Like, you could tell her the same thing 18 different times and it still won't mean anything to her. And so I get angry because I lose my temper really easily. And when I lose my temper, I can't really contain myself. I will start punching walls and shit like I'm a fucking... No. And I will scream and cry during an argument because... And I'm not crying because like they're making me sad or like anything like that. I'm crying because I'm so angry. And I don't know if like that happens to you or anything like that, but it does that to me a lot. If I'm arguing and it's like a really serious argument, I will start crying in the middle of it. I don't care what it's about. But I started arguing a lot more because she wouldn't do a lot of the things that, like, you know, she was supposed to do around the house, and that she even agreed to do around the house. And my parents would get on my ass for it instead of going directly to her, and I'm just like, why? Y'all come to me? Why? I get that she's my friend, but I'm not her fucking babysitter. And so every time I bring it up to her, she's like, I don't know why they're talking to you. I was like, yeah, me either, but can you get your shit straight? Because, like, I'm tired of being the fucking middle person. She goes, yeah. Did it happen? No. And then, fucking, that was a terrible straighten edge thing, whatever the fuck. I wasn't necessarily starting to dislike her or anything, but after school started, I saw a completely different person than who I thought I knew the entire time. Like, let me tell you, that shit was scary. The first day of school went by, we were okay. Like, I found all my classes alright, everything, because, you know, I was going to a different school, because she went to that school last year and I didn't. And so she helped me out a lot with that school the first couple of days, and then she'd come and meet me after every class, because that school has they have 3 floors and 4 different wings, and I'm not trying to be dramatic or anything, but I can't find my way. It's like a maze, and I'll just be like, wait, what side is this on again? And she'd meet me after every class, but after the first few days, she would stop meeting me, and I'm just like, okay, I guess I'll just be late to class because I can't fucking find it. And I asked her a lot, I was like, where are you? She goes, oh, I'm in the alley. And the alley is basically where all the stoners or like the people with the nicotine addictions or just kids who like to do drugs in general, they all hang out there. And she's like, oh, I'm in the alley. And I was like, why? Because, I mean, I've smoked with her a couple times, and we've taken edibles together a couple times, but I didn't know she was that big of like a pothead, or if she was just like falling into, you know, peer pressure, which is really the only reason why I tried weed in the first time. In the first place, not the first time, whatever the fuck. In the first place, because I was friends with this 17-year-old person. I think she was either 15 or 17, I can't remember. She was probably 15 because she was in 8th grade, and then she was just, you know, really stupid, but, she's like, let's go hang out at the bridge, because this is when I still lived by her, in a different neighborhood than I live now. And I was like, alright, bet. And she brought like a fucking apple, and she made a pipe out of it, and I was like, the ghetto. But, she's like, here, do you want to try it? Because, like, my dad smokes it, and I know a lot of his friends smoke it. And I was just like, I don't know, man. And she goes, just smoke, try it one hit. And I was like, oh, hell no! Fucking choked and almost fell off the fucking bridge into the water. But, you know, I stumbled my happy ass home and went to sleep because I was slumped. I don't think 12-year-olds are supposed to be smoking or doing any drugs. in all reality. But it is what it is.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
I can't do it. But, ow, fuck. See, my hair gets tangled so fast and it bothers me. And I'm trying not to straighten it every day because I did that all the time in freshman year. And, you know, my hair is dead. And it's not even from the multiple times I bleached it because I was blonde. Y'all saw that in my New Year's vlog and all that. Then I dyed my hair like this again earlier in March. I think it was the end of February, early March that I dyed my hair like this. And she had to bleach this side again at the top. My roots are really fucking dead. And if my hair looks greasy, it's because I put argan oil in it because I'm not trying to have my hair fall out when I straighten it. But yeah, I'd straighten it all the time last year. And I started wearing it naturally at the end because like it's wavy and it's cute when it's wavy, but it just gets annoying because it gets really poofy and it won't stay out of your face and you're just like, bitch. Not only that, my boyfriend at the time, Sock, yes, that boy, he liked my curly, wavy hair shit. So I was just like, okay, if you like me like that, then I'll wear my hair like that instead of straightening it. And then, I wore it like that over summer a lot, just natural, and I'd still straighten it sometimes because like I got bored, but now I don't straighten it unless I'm, doing this type of shit or trying to do those like straightener curls. Like I have curling irons, but I've seen people do curls with the straighteners and I'm like, how the fuck? So I've been trying to do that. Anyways, I forgot where I was on that topic. Oh yeah. So she started hanging out in the alley a lot more and I would go with her because like I didn't know anybody else at that school besides people that I already had like existing beef with. So I was like, no. Can I just hang out with you today? And I started ditching class a lot more. And I don't want to blame it all on her, but like it was influenced by her a lot because if I would tell her like, can you at least walk me to class? She's like, no, just miss this period, it'll be okay. And one period would turn into 4 periods and then my mom would be like, why aren't you in these classes? And I'm just like, I don't know what to tell you. They marked me absent, like 4 teachers had a sub today. I don't know what you're talking about. And my absences got so bad. And we started school in August, okay? And one of the assistant, like I don't want to call her an assistant principal, but I don't know what the fuck they do over there because they have a whole ass different system. They have like principals for every grade. And the freshman one, I don't know why she was targeting me, like I'm not a freshman, but okay. Just because I'm short and I look like a freshman does not mean shit. I went out of my seminar class, which is basically where you go for, before you go to 6th block, I think. And you go there to work on like your missing work or to get help with your work that you need. And so I left that class 5 minutes early because I asked my teacher if I could go to the nurse and he goes, yeah, sure, go ahead. So I left that class early and she popped up behind me after I walked out of the library. She's like, where do you think you're going? I'm like, the nurse. She goes, no, you're not. You need a pass. I was like, yeah, he wrote me a pass. And I showed it to her. She took that shit and threw it in the fucking trash can. And I was like,
The fuck you?
oh.
I see the type of person you are.
And then Zoe, she wasn't in class to begin with, which I knew she wasn't. And our seminar classes are right across the hallway from each other because she had a teacher who teaches math. And he was in this classroom, and I was in the library for my seminar because my seminar teacher let other people use his classroom during it. And so she was like, our classes were always really close to each other, no matter what class it was.
It was just first block that we were further away. She had history and I had biology, which is all the way across the building. And after that, our classes were always close. So
I knew she wasn't in class because she already texted me, and she's like,
I'm sorry, I'm not in class.
blah, 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 and I was like, okay. And she popped up from the elevator while Lackey was like, that's the principal's name. I don't know if I already said that or not, but that's her last name, Lackey. And she was basically harassing me. She's like, you're not going anywhere, you don't have a pass. And I'm just like, you just fucking threw it away. She's like, don't get smart with me or I'll call your parents. And I'm just like, is your life that boring that you have to bully some random kid you don't even know? And then she saw Zoe and she goes, Zoe Miller. And I'm just like, oh fuck. And she dragged both of us down to her office. She called my mom. And since my mom was Zoe's primary caretaker, she came in for both of us instead of just like me. And she's like, did you know that your children have over 60 absences and it's barely the first week of September? And I kind of sat there like, you don't have to expose me like that. And she goes, if you get over 80, if you get up to 80, you could be put on truancy. And I was like, bitch, I ditched so much class last year. I didn't go to school at all, barely, like freshman year. So I'm missing so many credits, but we don't need to talk about it. But I was never on truancy. At the end of the school year, I had 400 something absences. And I was never put on truancy. I was never talked to by any person. And so I'm just like, why are you bugging? And she's like, technically I can't put you on truancy until I have you sign a contract. So just start going to class. And I'm just like, you could check my attendance. I was in that class. I just left 5 minutes early, like I've been telling you. And you ripped up my fucking pass and threw it away. So you're the only one up in here with fucking cap up your ass, my guy. And at that point, I was just kind of, it's just like, oh, whatever, go off, sis. My mom got mad at me, and she had a completely liable reason. Ow, fuck, I just pulled out my hair. She had a completely liable reason to be angry at me, because, like, I'm stupid. I should not be ditching, I should not be doing this. But it bothered me that she got more angry at me than she got at Zoe. And I mean, Zoe already has a history of, you know, doing dumb shit like that, but I don't know why you're getting more mad at me if we have this equal problem. And I started going to class more because I didn't want to get my ass chewed out by my mom. So I would go to class, and I still felt uncomfortable walking into the building without Zoe because my mom would drop us off later than, you know, usual, because on Mondays we would start school at 8:30, and then regular days for the rest of the week would be at 8. And so she dropped us off later because my cousin goes to the school I go to now. Well, I was saying this, my fucking disease. But she goes to the school that I go to now, and on Mondays they don't start until 9. So she'd always like be running a little bit late taking us. And I'd go into my first block and Zoe would just go straight to the alley, and I'm just kind of like, you did this for what? And I was uncomfortable with that, obviously, because I wasn't familiar with anybody there. I wasn't really comfortable to begin with at that school, but I went because she was going there, and I didn't want to have, like, you know, that whole separate school thing, but you live in the same house, because then you're just, like, not close at all. And shit was uncomfortable. I didn't like it. Moral of the story is, I don't fuck with that anymore. But yeah, she moved out. Now I live alone. No, not alone, but you know what I mean. Like, I have my own room and shit. I'm gonna make another one of these videos, bro. Yes, I hope you enjoyed this, even though, like, I rambled a lot and I went on a lot of tangents on the side. But yes, I hope you liked it, and I'll post another. Yee.